there. Thank you so much for joining me for the Ignite Your Life show. We are going to talk today about old stories that are keeping you stuck. If you're like, man, I have these beautiful goals, but I'm just not moving toward them, I'm not seeing progress, this may be for you. So stick around here. My name is Kate Wood. I am a life coach, behavior change specialist, personal trainer, health coach, mom of five. And I love helping women get unstuck. I love helping women get out of overwhelm. And I especially love helping women who are starting their small businesses to come out of overwhelm so that they can grow and expand in the way that they want to. Ever feel like you're just you're stuck and you're like, why am I blocked here? Like, I want to make some changes for my health. I want to improve my relationships. I want to grow my business, but every time I think about it, I'm like off doing something else instead of like what I told myself I was going to do. I'm off eating ice cream when I said I was going to eat celery. I am off, I don't know, farting around in my pantry, organizing when I was supposed to write an email. Why am I doing these things? I usually, it all comes back to here, doesn't it? So I would love to know, like, do you get a little confused about why you're not moving forward in certain areas of your life? I'd love if you would comment below. What happens when we can start to fix some of these mindsets? Progress and freedom from some of these lies that we may have been telling ourselves for a very long time. A lot of core beliefs, we actually form those between ages of like 7 and 10 years old. So you may have been carrying these around for a long time. But just as you formed the thought, you can form a new thought. Isn't that amazing? And I see it happen all the time. I know it sounds very simple. It sounds too good to be true. That's what I thought too. But I'm here to tell you it's not. And that's why I became a life coach, because I've seen it work and do beautiful things in the lives of women. So, all right, here's old story number 1. We're going to go through 3 old stories. One of them is, I just need fill in the blank. Then I'll be ready. Then I can start, right? So sometimes it's confidence. I just need to feel more confident, and then I can start making calls or making offers. This is this tricky thing, and this is why this lie is so crappy, is because action is actually what is going to grow your confidence. So if you're waiting for confidence to magically appear, you're going to be waiting for a very long time. We have to just kind of step out and try it. If money makes us a little, you have to send out that first invoice. The more you do it, the more you get used to it, then you feel confident. You don't wait till you'll feel confident and then make an offer and then try to do an invoice, right? We're getting it backwards, okay? Don't use confidence as an excuse, please. We can build confidence, absolutely, and it feels great. But a lot of times we have to start out feeling like we're going to throw up. I'm going to be super honest with you. Some of those things are very daunting, but we do it anyway because we believe in what we're seeking. We believe in improving our family relationships. We believe in improving our health. We believe in growing our business and reaching out to people and helping them. So don't wait for confidence. You're going to build it by acting. Sometimes we were like, well, as long as I get that like insurance or that kind of guarantee, then I'll start. How many things in your life though have you started or, gone into with 100% guarantee? Like when you got married, did you have 100% guarantee that it was going to be a success? Not really. Like you're probably like, I'm going to stay married, but you didn't know. You didn't have 100% guarantee, right? When you had children, did you have 100% guarantee that you were going to be an amazing parent? No. That's another thing we go into very scared, and we learn along the way, don't we? So if you're waiting for that 100% guarantee again, you may be sitting on the sidelines for a really, really long time. And just ask yourself, is 100% guarantee, is that even realistic? Am I waiting for something that will never happen? Sometimes we're waiting for someone else's permission or approval. And again, I would ask you to consider, is that fair? Do we need that approval? Is it important? If it is, okay. If you're like, no, I don't really need it, I just kind of need to move forward in this, whether this person thinks this is a great idea or not, then maybe it's time to move forward, right? Old story number 2, I hear this a lot from people who are trying to grow businesses or with parenting. Parenting can be confusing. I'm right there with you. I can't figure this out. I'll never be able to figure it out because we don't know everything, right? That's true. We can't. But we live kind of in an amazing age where a lot of things can be figured out. We have a lot of information at our fingertips. We can Google stuff. Like my kids yell at me. I'll ask my 14-year-old, how do I do this computer thing? How do I do this social media thing? And I'll be like, Mom, Google it. Why don't you? That should always be your first instinct. I'm like, oh, I didn't really think about that. I just, why I would ask a 14-year-old, I don't know. I just do because he's smart and he figures things out. And he has a belief, just like Marie Forleo, I love this. Everything is figure outable. That's her like famous thing. I think she has a book. But I think it's a lot of things are, right? With some time, with some research, with some prayer, and asking for wisdom, asking, trusted friends. We can figure an awful lot out nowadays, can't we? And this is the other thing I would encourage you to consider. Consider hiring an expert to help you. When I started my business 6 years ago, I was trying to do it yourself. Like I didn't have any money, so I was going to design my website myself. I figured out invoicing and different things, and I tried a lot of different things, trial and error. And that was okay for a time, but I quickly realized as a mom of many children, homeschooling mom and a business builder, I could do it the really slow, painful way, or I could value my time and invest in talking with some experts. So I've had multiple business coaches. They help fast track things. I'm very glad. I never regretted doing that. I've had multiple life coaches. I still get coached because I need it. It's valuable. Never regret a second of the coaching that I get because it fast tracks things. It makes it easier. You have someone on your team like cheering you on and helping you to make some decisions and things like that. That's invaluable. You don't have to DIY everything. When I was younger, I was like, I'm going to figure it out myself. And that was fine for then. But now I would rather hire people when I can. So I would consider doing that. So if you're like, Kate, I can see here these first two mindsets. Yeah, like mindset's really important and mindset can really keep you stuck. I don't know how to change the mindsets. Number one, recognizing them is the first beautiful step in doing that. So I want to congratulate you on that. But it can really help to have a coach, an objective person listening to the words that you say, listening how you describe things and how you react to things to help you untangle that. And that's what I do every day, all the time. I help women with their mindset, whether it's around, their home life, whether it's around their business, whether it is around parenting. There's a lot of stuff coming at us. It is great to have an ally there to help you untangle it. If you're interested in finding out what life coaching can do for you, I would love for you to, I always have to check this email address, or not email, web address. Go to trajectorywellness.com/call. We'll set up a time to talk. If you're like, I can't remember that, just shoot me a message like, Kate, let's talk about life coaching. I'll be like, cool, let's do it. Very straightforward, very fun. I think you will love it. Let's do it. Let's talk soon. Okay, so. Okay, I forgot to tell you what tip 2 was. You can figure things out. I promise. There's a lot of different ways to do it. You will figure it out. Ask the Lord to send the right people your way, the right info your way, the right book your way. And I believe God honors that. So, and number 3, you guys, let's go on. This thought stinks. Listen carefully because it sounds simple. If I don't succeed in whatever it is, if I don't succeed in growing my email list super fast or getting my children to obey and on board for chores, whatever it is, I'm a failure. Okay? Maybe the venture didn't go well. I am very slow to call things a failure. I don't like that word. I'll tell you why in a minute. Maybe a certain venture or a certain project, it didn't turn out. It does not make you a failure. And sometimes we tie those things together so closely that it makes us never want to try anything. Because if we fail, it makes us less as a person. Those two things don't have to be linked, but a lot of times in our brains, they are linked. Let's unlink them, please. So we look around our house. If it's not super clean or decluttered, we're like, oh my gosh, I am a failure personally. Not like, boy, that decluttering project isn't going as fast as I had hoped, or boy, it would really help if I put a little more time and consistency into this. Versus like, I stink as a homemaker. I always fail. I always give up too soon. All these different thoughts that degrade us. Instead of us just looking at the process, evaluating what could go better. Do you know what I mean? So please don't take all this garbage onto yourself and just start shrinking, shrinking, shrinking. Of course you're not. Of course you're going to stay stuck. Why are you going to stick your neck out there? And if things don't go perfectly, then that means you stink. Do you see how this is like a horrible mindset? If you if you can get this straight in your life, so much freedom is going to come your way. So many doors will open for you to try new things with confidence, or to go into it scared, but like, hey, if it doesn't go the way I want it to, it doesn't make me a terrible person. Fear is your absolute worst life coach. I'm going to say it again. Fear is a terrible life coach. It keeps you small. It keeps you stuck. It keeps you nervous. It keeps you sick to your stomach. But then, like, we have those hopes and dreams in us. I feel like God puts those in us because we're made in his image. So those things are fighting. Fear is like, stay here. And those hopes and dreams and things that God has gifted you with, they're trying to call you higher. So which are we going to listen to? I would say get an amazing life coach. Call me up. Don't let this be your life coach anymore. Let me help you untangle those thoughts so that we can take this stuff, the good stuff, the beautiful stuff, the hopeful and growth stuff, and go with it and get unstuck. What do you think? That gets me excited. Does that get you excited? Don't let fear be your life coach. That's almost 100% guarantee of miserable life. And I know because I've lived it. We don't want that, you guys. And so I wanted to circle back real quick. My brain works weird, but my mindsets, we can get them straight, can't we? Why I don't like to call things failures is because those things that didn't work out for me personally in my business, whether it was because of some of the things I did or had nothing to do with me, I learned the most from those. Those are the lessons that I don't forget. When things kind of go medium or even great, we're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. We don't necessarily grow in those areas because like it's working for me. I'm going to keep going with it. The things where that was like, wow, that was a crash and burn, right? Instead of that meaning terrible things about you, it's like, okay, what lessons am I going to take from this? What could I do differently next time? What information do I need in the future? And I'm going to grow from it. And that is a lesson I won't forget. So that's why I don't like to call things failures. And that's why I'm not going to call you a failure either. Because even if, again, the project didn't go great, it doesn't mean that you're less of a person. So you guys, let's recap quick. Tip number 1, it is very normal to start scared. It's actually action that builds confidence. So don't wait for the confidence. Get used to doing things a little bit scared, a little bit like, I think I might throw up here. Those are the things that usually turn out the best. I promise you will learn to like that feeling if you do it enough. Okay? Take my word for it. Number 2, you can figure things out. I know you can. And number 3, you're enough regardless of outcomes. If you can get that into your head and your heart, man, you are not going to stay stuck. All right? So you guys, if you like this type of encouragement, if you like mindset stuff, if you like behavior change, if you like transformation, I send out an email every week to my email tribe with extra resources, extra tips, just good stuff. And I want you to keep getting this stuff. So if you want to get that exclusive content, please go ahead, just shoot me the message or comment below with the word email, and we'll get that set up so that you're not going to miss that weekly kind of boost you up type of a deal. I don't know how else to describe it, but I love creating that for you guys. So you guys, next week, tackling huge projects with confidence. If you're staring down a cluttered house, if you are staring down like, I want to grow this business, I believe in it, but I am starting from square one. If you are staring down, boy, my relationships with my kids are struggling and I just feel lost. I realize that this is a big project, right? Anything that's big, we're going to talk about how you are going to tackle that. and not get overwhelmed, right? You guys know I hate overwhelm. I'm anti-overwhelm. Because I believe you're capable, because I believe that we can prioritize. I believe that we can make things happen. So thank you so much for joining me this week. I hope this helps you tremendously, and I'll see you next time.